Cid, do you...
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot.
How did she come by so...
Finding bearers always was her strong, and it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, and even better for her. Bearers with no one to look after them. When Ether started lapping at the walls...
Leaving the bearers to be liberated.
Cid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust, but while I'm well aware that you've forbidden, I can't let those bearers die in their cells.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many...
Thank you, Cid. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison. We should head...
As do I.
How long has it been since the jailers of Balmung abandoned their charges? Without food or water, they won't last long.
Cid, I was wondering if you could help.
It depends what
A bearer, but recently freed from his... As you know, the work we do is not easy.
I don't mind.
Because our rank was scout, and since...
Sounds...
So you're happy to...
One can never have too many...
True, I'll let... And now he is to... No time.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer. Vivian, and I'd be happy to help you find...
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down...
Please. You have always granted it's only right that I return the favor.
You are too... Alas. What I spoke with Harpocrates to see...
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive. But this book... It set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated. Clive. Harpocrates, whether what he has to say... Well,
I am.
Naturally. I shall... Harpocrates knows of the tome I seek. Whether what he has to say makes you happy to have agreed to help me is another matter. Till next you need me.
What do you think happened to Miss Midadol? I heard she was kicked out of the university.
Cid! You have to help her!
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions.
No! Well, yeah.
It's Miss Midadol. She's been very strange.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there.
In the clan.
That's what I...
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
Not long ago.
And it's probably just about...
You didn't break it, did you, Cid? You really don't listen to her.
But who's gonna put Miss Mid...
Why don't I go and see if I can...
You do that. She's in her...
Don't scare him.
Thanks for the...
Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression on the children. You've inspired them all to become writers themselves.
Miss Shirley says we're not allowed in the dungeon. But Miss Midadol doesn't mind.
I will not let them be forgotten. Cid,
Of course.
It is an honor. My name is her. I will...
No, I will not send. Why would you want to go back?
I need to. I was... Or rather, it was not. We were tortured, and few of us...
I can't imagine.
I lost. But they must. The Institute.
You were a good friend. But the fact...
Sid.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. I'll go to Bad Bakum.
You will?
I won't let you
I don't...
You can start by...
Vida Grace.
All right.
May the mother... The plains of Vida Grace have haunted my dreams since I escaped from the orphanage. I can't say I was looking forward to returning.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems pretty old.
Nid. If...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right! If this stunt's dear to the sky...
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise...
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding... Is this really so...
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship, but what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves. The Fallen had their chance, but not me. I've discovered how to do it without... Well, almost. First...
And is that a one...
Are you volunteering? But if a godfather, first I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Then I'll need some bone, or...
If it's beast...
No, they'll know where...
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
They make an oil down at the docks in Oldale that's as slippery as the sea nasties they render it from. With that and the bone I told you about, I shall be able to finish the prototype.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day. And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had clapped that there iron on him to keep him from
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such doubly hard in being a frost wolf. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Talk. Sorry for making you... Let's get that thing...
Doug South.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, can't you?
Not nearly as much...
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10...
Your kindness...
Only because he's...
Where to, then, Talk?
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our shelter.
All right, Torgal. I'm going to need a... Do you have a better hint? Unless... You've already given me one. Why don't we try the rook? I haven't been... To Port Isolde. Fingers crossed the old... Hippocrates. I've been charged with locating a...
And you seek one whose name I had not thought. You've been...
Right as always. She didn't seem keen to tell me very...
And yet I gather it... Clive, if the young professor... I fear she asks the impossible. The
executive...
Coveters of a clandestine organization committed one such text, being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the Insula, a tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known, or so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even...
How is it that I haven't heard of this organ?
Why? Secret they lurk in the shadows.
Which would explain why Vivian...
By the hand of the...
But what drives them?
Fine quest, sadly. You may just...
In my hunt, what was...
Not... Rumors of the but rather... Well, but if...
Very well. I'll be...
Heard the good news, Cid. We've received word that people have started reclaiming their homes in Rosalyn. The Imperial Legion was already free.
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong?
I've received
his will.
In the crypt, after Kupka was kind enough to join in the process.
I'm surprised.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor.
Of course, I want to know.
Very well. Back to Tabor, then. Not to be reunited with Yotei this time, but with Father. Back to Tabor, then. Not to be reunited with Yotei this time, with Father.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away.
All right, Sid.
Only if you want. Mid needs a piece of...
Most, but if it's dual...
I do. Well, any old...
Well, but don't expect...
I'll keep that in mind.
Normally, I wouldn't recommend going anywhere near an Adamantus, let alone one that's had a few centuries to let its temper simmer. They're mean bastards, and they only get meaner with age. Why do you think the village of Old Bidza was abandoned?
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
The Dame actually cares about this town, unlike the Duke.
And what can I do for you? You've a keen eye. An excellent choice. You've a keen eye. An excellent choice. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. I'll be here if you need me.
I'm nervous. Is it all right?
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate.
At your service.
Please.
Oh, the sergeant said...
To become a scout, yes.
I am. But I swore I'd face him.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind, and I've been training ever since.
You clearly have good
So...
Not far from here, isn't it? And bring it here.
And bring it here.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded you'll need to assess the situation, all without being discovered. And
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Even now, the capital has moved. The Empire keeps the watchtowers overlooking Royal Meadows and the Sea of Grace manned. But only by a skeleton crew. It's a trial, not a death sentence.
Clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword! I can't! Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Gone. Of course.
I didn't expect... Where is Ember?
I thought I'd find him with... He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it...
But Sid!
He did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. Don't you leave my...
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.